everyone, and welcome to Bluegrass Planet Radio. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and it's Friday Eve. I love the sound of that. It is Thursday night, and we are bringing you yet another edition of Bluegrass Planet Radio, and another great guest, who will be joining us in just a few moments. Welcome to our show this evening. If you're brand new to our show, we are so happy to have you here, and glad that you chose tonight to stop by. We've got a great guest, and I think you'll be very happy to hear from her. And if you are a return listener, welcome back. We are always glad to have our loyal listeners with us, listening and tuning in. And so if you are a first-timer, just to give you an idea, we are an indie music show that interviews people from the bluegrass, Americana, folk, and country genres. And we also have some mainstream IBMA bluegrass artists as well that we bring to you. But we try to represent these genres of music because they're some of the least recognized in all of music, but yet they are wildly popular and have some of the most loyal fans around. And we feel like one of the reasons why we started the show was to bring attention to this wonderful scope of music that we get to play for you. And in addition to doing guest interviews like this, we also bring to you every Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m. Our Pickin' and Jammin' Showcase, where we feature about an hour and a half to 2 hours of great music that you get to listen to, and we tweet out what we're playing and who we're playing so that you can follow the artist and go get their music if you like it and so forth. So we are very glad to bring you this platform and allow these artists to be heard. And our guest tonight, we are waiting for her to call in now, but she is quite talented. I must give you a little bit of background on her. She is a small-town teen. She's part road-worthy country starlet, and she turned heads and changed hearts with her debut U.S. single, Not Pretty Enough. The song thrusted her into the country music spotlight, launching her anti-bullying campaign as a spokesperson for Angels and Doves, earning her a 2013 Independent Country Music Award nomination for Promising Young Artist, a top 10 hottest new artist designation, and a #1 single on the world's first independent country music chart, Indie World. And now she has just released her follow-up, which is aptly titled Cowgirls, which we are going to be sharing with you a little bit later in the program. But she has done some amazing things. She has opened for the likes of American Idol Scotty McCreery, Chris Cagle, and John Wolfe. She has performed at CMA Fest and the Hard Rock Cafe in Nashville, the Teddy Bear Festival for Children's Charities, and the NASCAR Cobalt 400 in Las Vegas for Welcome Home Troops. And in just last month, she performed for the International Music and Entertainment Association Awards, for which she was nominated in 3 categories: Best Country Female, Best Country Single, and Country Entertainer of the Year. And we should have her on the line here momentarily. I think she just tried to call in, so we should be getting her back very shortly. But our special guest this evening is Josey Milner, and I think you are going to absolutely love her. It's no surprise why she is a country sweetheart. She is a teen. She is doing some great things in the world of country music. So while we're waiting for her, she's actually back on the line. So without further ado, I want to welcome to our program this evening Josey Milner. Hello, Josey. Hi, Josey. Hello.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, great. Hi, welcome to our program. It's so good to have you with us.
Well, thank you. It's good to be here.
Well, I was just giving quite the extensive intro on you. I must tell you, it is so impressive to read all of the amazing things that you have done in your short career that is just taken off almost overnight. And what does all this feel like to you?
I honestly, sometimes I literally had to pinch myself because I can't believe everything that's happened to me, especially this past year. This past year has been really amazing for me, from all the performances I've had to all the amazing opportunities I had, from going to Nashville, meeting all the different DJs, my radio tours, and getting a nominated for a couple awards, and like I said, this year has just been so great, and I can't believe how well it's going, how fast things are going with my career.
It is taking off. I mean, just at lightning speed. My head would be spinning if it were me. I mean, it's just, I mean, if this is a prelude of what's to come in 2014, oh my gosh, you better hang on and get ready, because I have no doubt that I think this is just the beginning, don't you?
I really hope so. I really, really hope so.
Well, I kind of want to start and give the listeners a little bit of a background on you and kind of how you got into music. I mean, was music something that you kind of grew up loving and always wanted to pursue, or did this kind of hit you somewhere along the way?
You know, I've been singing ever since I was about 3 years old. I was always singing along the radio, or I was always humming something in my head, or anything that kind of involved music I seemed to be participating in. And I did rodeo for 8 years, and at my rodeos I would sing the national anthem, so I always still had my music incorporated. But it wasn't really until about 3 years ago, going on 4 years now, that I was invited to sing at the National Steel Guitar Convention in St. Louis, Missouri. And that was a whole new experience for me. Like I said, I had been doing rodeo, so I was used to being in the rodeo arena instead of being on stage. But, you know, once I got up there and I was able to perform for all the people and know that all the eyes were on me and I was providing all the entertainment, it was just one of the feelings that I didn't want to give up. I thought it was truly unbelievable. And whenever I got off, I had a lot of people coming up to me and talking to me about how good I did, my voice I had for being so young. At the time, I was only 14, 15 years old. So, you know, whenever people were telling me that at that young of an age, I definitely had to pay attention to it. So I talked to my parents about it. I was like, should we think about this career? Should I start it? And, you know, they thought it was a great idea. I'd done a lot of stuff growing up anyway, so let's have something new, shall we? So
yeah,
I held auditions. I got my band together, and things took off.
Well, you know, what a great confidence booster at 14 and 15 for people to be affirming, you know, hey, you did really well. Have you thought about pursuing this? I mean, gosh, you know, it'd be, like you said, it'd be very difficult to ignore that. And it sounds like your parents are just some of your biggest cheerleaders and supporters that you have.
Oh, definitely. My parents have supported me with every decision that I've made. Growing up, like I said, I did a little bit of everything. I did cheerleading, I tried basketball, I did the rodeo, I've done rodeo pageants, and now I'm in my singing stuff. So I've done a little bit of everything, and everything I've done, my parents have always been there in the crowd cheering me on, or always there to support me on no matter what I've decided to do.
Well, and what do your parents think about your recent success? I mean, I should say your 2013 success, because this whole year has just been unbelievably successful for you.
My parents, they think it's pretty awesome. They're every time we go to have dinner with some family friends or even family or whatever, it's one of the first things we always talk about. My music and what I've done lately, and especially my dad. I always catch him just kind of, even if it's really not part of the conversation, he always tries to add that in. So, you know, I like to think they're really proud of me, and I try to do the best I can so I can make them proud.
Well, it does certainly sound like they are very proud of you, and I'm a parent myself, and I can tell you when your kids do things that are just phenomenal, we can't help but boast and brag. I mean, it just kind of comes natural. It's part of parenthood. So you've got some great parents, it sounds like. I want to talk to you about the anti-bullying campaign that you have been a part of, because, you know, I'm sure no one has to tell you just how prevalent a situation this is in our society. You know, kids are dying almost on a daily basis because of bullying. They're committing suicide. And what kind of compelled you to become involved with that campaign?
Well, I became a spokesperson for Angels and Doves within the past year, and what really kind of put it all together was whenever I released my song Not Pretty Enough, it kind of almost represented bullying in a way, talking about how the song meaning that how am I not good enough for you, and you know it just really tied in with the organization really well. And you know it's really, I'm so humbled to be a part of Angels and Doves and be able to go out and talk to schools about bullying and try to raise awareness for it and really try to make a difference. Like you said, it is a huge problem now, and it's just getting worse. And you know, so I'm really trying to go out there, and you know, music is something that people always connect to. It's something that everyone listens to, and so it's a really good way to get a message through to people. So you know, to be able to work with Angels and Doves as well as work with my career and put it all together, it just all works so well. And for it to really, really to make a difference, I'm always having people coming up to me and tell me how they really admire me for standing up for something like this, for only being 18 and, you know, for not caring what people think and believing in what I believe. And it's like I said, it's a great feeling. And to know that I am making a difference already, it's wonderful.
Oh, most definitely. And God bless you for doing what you're doing, because, you know, people being the age you are and, you know, being able to go into schools and speak to students and children about this very prevalent and important issue, you know, they're going to listen to you quicker than they would an adult coming in and talking about it. And, you know, because there's just an identity factor there that plays into it on many different levels. And when you wrote Not Pretty Enough, was that kind of based on bullying, or was it based on an experience, personal experience that you had, or from someone that you knew, or where did the inspiration come from?
Well, I did not write that song. That was wrote by an Australian artist, Casey Chambers. My manager, Michael, is actually the one who found that song, and he thought it was a really beautiful song, so he sent it over to me, and I completely agreed with him. You know, the lyrics behind it are just amazing. I wish I could have wrote it. I always say I wish I could have wrote it, because it's unbelievable, but I honestly, I don't know where she got the lyrics for. I guess that'd be a good question to ask her. But, you know, once I heard the song, it was one of them songs that it doesn't necessarily touch me personally, but the fact of knowing there's a lot of people that it would touch, I thought it'd be a kind of a great match. You know, I am a senior in high school, so I do see bullying every so often, and, you know, I do stand up for that whenever I see it. And so I just, even though I haven't been bullied myself, I just thought it still would be kind of a good representation of the person I want to be and kind of, you know, be able to stand up for what I believe in.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like I said, so many that you speak to about it are going to really sit up and take note, because you are in high school, you have seen it firsthand, and it just becomes a very, you know, it speaks so much more to people coming from someone that they can identify with, you know, that's on their level than anyone else, I do believe. And speaking about it and getting people talking about it, whether they are or whether they are the victim, is the first step that I believe in overcoming this, is just making people understand, you know, tell someone if you're being bullied, don't keep it to yourself. And I think a lot of people think that it's, you know, I'm in this by myself, you know, no one will understand, as with so many things like this, and that's so not the case. And I think if we keep reinforcing that message that please tell someone, that will make the biggest difference that there could possibly be.
Definitely, and that's always the first thing I say is you need to tell someone, let someone know so it doesn't continue. So that's definitely, yeah, we have the same view on that. But, yeah, you know, if someone has been a victim, you definitely have to tell someone, because if you don't, it's just going to continue, and chances are it's going to get worse, and you do not want it to get worse. But, you know, once you tell someone, you're going to have that support behind you, so you're going to know that you are appreciated and that someone is there for you, and hopefully it will get stopped.
Oh, yeah, definitely, and save a life or two or three or many, you know, teaching that message. Now, one of the things I'm curious about, you are in high school still. How has this affected your high school life? I mean, you've had a very busy year, but how do your friends, you know, how are they taking all this in with your sudden celebrity and all the things that have been happening for you?
Oh, it's so funny to go to school with this career. You know, my friends, they here within the past year or so, they've really gotten really interested in my career. And since I just released my new song, I've had a lot of people coming up to me in school and be like, yeah, I went and bought it on iTunes, and it's so awesome to have you on my iPod. And it's so funny to hear stuff like that. And I have a lot of support from my teachers as well. Just the other day, I was actually talking to our attendance lady at our school, and she's like, yeah, I went and downloaded your song last night, and I'm not a country fan, but I love your song. It's like, thank you. It's so nice to have that kind of support, and it's so funny whenever I hear all the comments that my friends have. And it hasn't necessarily affected my social life as much. I'm still able to go out and have fun with friends or go see a movie and be involved with school. I'm in show choir. As well as we just did the musical for high school, and I've been that, and so I'm definitely still very active. And there's times where I have to leave school early for a day or have to be gone for a week for a radio tour, but I still maintain all my good grades, and everything's working out. It's working out.
That's excellent. And does your school ever come to you and go, Josey, we'd like for you to perform this, or we want you to do the national anthem? I mean, there is a little bit of different thing than being in show choir and performing in the school musical and being on the road and opening for people like Scotty McCreery and Chris Cagle. I mean, that does kind of set you apart a little bit. Have you gotten any of that from your school personnel?
I have not gotten anything like that. I have had a couple friends tell me that they want me to perform at their birthday party or something like that, but I haven't actually had any of the faculty or anyone come up to me like, hey, come sing national anthem at a football game or sporting event or anything like that. I haven't had that happen yet. Maybe this year will be a good year for that.
Yeah, is the key word here, Josey. Just remember that. Now, I have to ask you, because in the midst of all this whirlwind year that you've had, I mean, as I just said, you've opened for, Scotty McCreery and Chris Cagle, John Wolfe. I mean, gosh, so many people. You performed at some great places like the Hard Rock Cafe in Nashville and the CMA Fest. I mean, what was it like for you? Let's just say Scotty McCreery. Now, Scotty McCreery is from my neck of the woods. I was born, raised, and live in North Carolina. He lives in Raleigh, and he's always so good about tweeting his fans, and he's very pro North Carolina. He always, he's very much like you. I mean, his journey started when he was still in high school, and now he's a big national superstar, country star, and he always gives back to the state and to our area when he comes back to North Carolina, be it throwing out a pitch in a baseball game or whatever it is. He really is loyal to the cause. So for you, I mean, how did you identify with him, and what was it like opening for him?
Oh, my gosh. That show was probably my favorite one I've had. It was unbelievable. It was completely sold out. It was at a place called Whiskey Wild in Columbia, Missouri, and it fit about 15 to 2,000 people, and or I guess 1,500 to 2,000 people, and it was completely sold out. You couldn't even move. You were pretty much elbow to elbow, and as soon as you moved, you're kicked out of your spot. So it was truly unbelievable. They had a stage that I was able to walk out on, and the people were trying to reach up and touch me and give me high fives, and they were shouting my name, and they were holding up posters with my name on it. And it was such an awesome feeling for me to know that everyone was there and they were liking what I was doing. So that was definitely one of the highlights of this past year. And after the show, I was able to go talk to Scotty for a little bit. And he seems like a really down to earth guy, and it was really cool to be able to have a conversation with him.
He is a very down-to-earth guy. I mean, and I think that his parents are probably like yours. They've been very supportive of his career. Even before he became, the American Idol and went on to American Idol and participated in that. I mean, he played sports in school. He, I think, was destined for a pro baseball career, actually, and had planned to go to college. And he actually is enrolled at North Carolina State University here in North Carolina. And I don't know, I guess maybe he takes part classes online because he's had an intensive tour schedule of late, but he just, like you, finds that balance, and I think a lot of it has to do with being so grounded in what he's done. I remember his parents, when he won American Idol, the deal was he had to get his college degree, that he could go do this, but he still had to get his college degree. That was the agreement that he had with his parents going into all of that, and he is fulfilling that. So, they're both winning, I guess. And it sounds like you are going to probably go along the same path. Do you plan to go to college when you graduate?
I do, and, that's something that's definitely kind of on top of my list to do right now is to get enrolled. And for right now, I think I'm kind of narrowing down on a college that's near me. It's about 20 minutes from my house, so it's really close. It'd be really nice if I have to go up and take a class, whatever. But I'm thinking about going into graphic design. I really love doing that kind of stuff with the computer, and I'm in a graphic design class at school, and I'm always getting complimented by my teacher on my stuff that I do. So it's one of them things that it'll be able to help on my career, and, I can help make my CDs and all that. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited and then, again, kind of nervous to be starting college, to know that literally this coming year I'm going to be in college in the fall, and it's really intimidating, but, I'm definitely really excited. I think I'm ready for it.
You will be, but the momentum of your career is also picking up at the same time. So you probably be a lot of juggling going on in the beginning. My son started college this year, and his first semester he's had a lot of credit hours. So my best advice to you is just don't sign up for every class in the book your first semester, and you'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's amazing that you are so well rounded, and you seem to be handling all of this very well. Just to hear your passion in your voice and your excitement. I mean, you definitely don't seem to be overwhelmed at all, and I think part of that is just attributed to the fact that all your life you've been involved in extracurricular activities. You've always had this ability to juggle many different hats and wear many different hats. So that's very good because that's helped you now, I'm sure, has it not?
Oh, definitely. Oh, yes. I'm very organized with all my stuff, even in my backpack and with my binders, my folders. All my papers are organized in perfect little slots for each class. And oh, yes, definitely.
Well, let's talk about this brand new single, Cowgirls. Now, I am so excited about it because we've been playing it some on our show, and it is just a great single. I have no doubt this one's going to be a #1 song. And it's going to get it's going to be all up for all kinds of awards. I'm telling you, I could hear this on mainstream right now. It's as good as anything on country radio, and I expect it to be there for sure. But talk a little bit about this song, and did you write the song, and where did it all come from? How did you get it?
Yeah, I did not write this one either. All these good songs. But this is actually one that we've been discussing for quite some time, and finally we're just like, hey, let's do it. Let's see how it goes. And I worked at the same studio that I worked with Not Pretty Enough, and I had some pretty impressive musicians on this one. I've had some people that have played for artists such as Jason Aldean and Tanya Tucker. So it was really, really intimidating to know that I'm going to have that kind of high respected musicians on there, but it was, whenever the final product came out, it was unbelievable. I'm definitely really, really proud of this one, and I'm really proud of Not Pretty Enough, but this one, I'm just able to connect to it a lot more, and since I did the rodeos, it really does connect to me, and it's just a fun, upbeat song, and so far, it's doing really well. It's already going up on the charts, and we're constantly getting good reviews on it. I'm constantly having people tell me that they love it, and I actually had one of my rodeo friends the other day make kind of a little video off of it, which is really cool. So it's doing really, really good. I'm really proud of this one.
Definitely, you should be. It's a great song, and it has that appeal that I just think people just absolutely love. And being that you're so young and singing a song like this, the connection is definitely there. Not only in how you perform it and deliver it, but in how listeners receive it, in hearing it. So it's just a great song, and I have no doubt that it's going to be successful because it already is. So let's talk a little bit about 2014 because the end of 2013 is coming to a fast halt. And so what kind of big plans have you got brewing for next year?
Well, I definitely am looking forward to this coming year. Considering my year that I've had this year, it's only going to get better. But for right now, we are working on an EP. We're really starting to narrow down songs to start working on that. So hopefully it'll be released within the coming year. We're going to be going back to some of the places we performed this past summer, as well as some newer places. I kind of hope to plan on being in Nashville a lot more this coming year, too, so I'm definitely really excited for that. I love being in Nashville, so anytime I get to spend there, I'm excited. And, just kind of a little bit of everything. Just definitely keep promoting my career, and hopefully the song will do really good for me, and just I don't know. I get hopefully a little bit of everything. And like I said, I'm really excited, and I'm definitely really looking forward to 2014, graduating high school and continuing to build my career, and I'm excited.
I can tell. And do you see a move to Nashville in your future?
I hope so. I've always dreamed of moving to Nashville. Whenever I was about 10, I told my parents I was going to get about 200 acres on the outskirts of Nashville, but I don't know about the 200 acres anymore, but I definitely still do want to move to Nashville.
Well, I was 10 years old and professed that I wanted to be in radio, and here I am. So, there's something about being 10 and saying this is what I want to be when I grow up. So, you never know, Josey. You very well could have 200 acres. You could be the next Carrie Underwood for all we know. It just takes the right set of ears to hear, and it doesn't take long for people when they hear you sing and they hear your music to realize how immensely talented you are. And the fact that you're 18 years old and you've got your whole career ahead of you and it's already off to such a roaring start as it is, oh my gosh, you are going to be a household name. I have every belief in that.
Thank you.
I don't know how you couldn't be, honestly, unless you just quit altogether and said, I'm just going to do graphic design, okay? But I really honestly believe that you are going to go places and you have an incredible career ahead of you. And the thing that excites me is knowing that, you know, when you're the next Carrie Underwood, I can say, you know, I interviewed her way back when, kind of thing. But yeah, so when your EP comes out, we would love to get our hands on it because we will promote your music and play it as often as we possibly can because you definitely are an artist that needs to be heard. You know, over and over again, so people know who you are and they will begin to really love your music and buy it and support you so you can keep making more great music as time goes on.
Well, thank you, and I definitely appreciate that. And for you to be able to, you know, have so much faith in me, I love that. I really do appreciate that. It makes me feel like I'm doing something good.
Well, you are, and I'll be the first to admit I'm no expert when it comes to music, but I know good music when I hear it. I've loved music my entire life, and you know, I know great artists when I hear them as well, and you definitely have what it takes. And as Simon Cowell would say from American Idol, you have the it factor, which you do. So,
thank you.
So I think you're not going to have any problems whatsoever. And being that you pursue country as your choice, I mean, it's such a great genre to break into, and it's one of the easier genres to get into and pursue and to be successful at. And you've got all that going for you. So I have no doubt that as time goes on, you will continue to be even more successful. So we are so excited for what's to come in 2014 for you, and we would love to have you back on our show anytime to talk about anything new and exciting that you've got going on because you're just absolutely delightful. So I wish you nothing but the absolute best as time goes forward.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you are so welcome. And before we close, we're going to play a couple of your songs because I want the listeners, for those who may not have heard your music, I want them to experience Josey Milner in all your glory. And I want to play Not Pretty Enough, and also I'm going to follow with Cowgirls. And so is there a particular takeaway from Cowgirls that you would love for people to have as they listen to the song?
You know, like I said, this song is one I've really connected with, and it's one that I know a lot of people that I have met throughout my life that really connect to it too. So this song is just one that you got to get up and dance to. You got to get up and have some fun with it. I know in the studio whenever I recorded this one, I was kind of dancing around a little spot that I was standing in, and I wish I could have recorded it because it would have been a really, really great America's Funniest Home Video. But, you know, like I said, I'm just so excited for this one, and it turned out really well, and it's just a really, really, really fun and great song.
Well, Josey Milner, thank you so very much for your time this evening and just spending it with us. I know you've been incredibly busy of late, but thank you so very much. And I want to wish you and your family very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year to you. And, you know, and all the best of luck in 2014. I'm sure we'll be in touch with you again very soon.
Definitely, and thank you so much. And you definitely have some great holidays yourself.
Oh, well, thank you, and God bless. Take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, folks, we are going to play for you Josey Milner's two songs, Not Pretty Enough, followed by Cowgirls. And you're going to love these songs. So up for you first will be Not Pretty Enough. Take a listen.
Am I not pretty enough? Is my heart too broken? Do I cry too much? Am I too heartbroken? Don't it make you laugh? Should I try it harder? Why do you see right through me? I breathe, I let it rain on me. I sleep, I wait, I try hard not to stay. I pray, I let, I wait longer. I try hard as I can, and I got I made clean. I move, I breathe, I breathe down all my needs. I go, I stand, I take it like a man. I try for the light. Am I not big enough? Is my heart too broken? Do I try too much? Am I too heartbroken? Lord, I thank you, love. Should I try it harder? Why do you think I Why do you see? Why do you see? Why do you see right through me? Why do you see? Why do you see? Why do you see right through me? Why do you see? Why do you see? Why do you see right through me? Why do you see? Why do you see? Why do you see right through me?
Miss Josey Milner and Not Pretty Enough, and that was her debut U.S. single. And, man, that is the song that launched her career and put her into the country music spotlight. And she has been doing some amazing things ever since. Up for you now, I'm going to play her brand new single, just recently released, like within the last week or two. It's that brand new. And this is Cowgirls. Enjoy.
I've been waiting on that whole damn train. It's been a long, long week, and I swear nothing's gonna get my way. With my dusty boots and my Miss Me jeans, my favorite wax and wild lipstick, number 503. I've been right now, slowing down. Are you real stand up? Put your hands up, come on, let's go. All you girls stand up, put your hands up, come on, let's go. Gonna go all night, gonna watch the best night, come what we got. Come on, let's take a ride on top of the world. All you girls, your heart break your breath, take it. Come on, we don't care.
Josey Milner, her latest in Cowgirls, and I love that song, and she's right, that is a fun, upbeat song. You can't help but dance. I was chair dancing a little bit just now, and I hope that she releases a video to that song, because that would be an awesome video to watch, I think, and having her perform. So hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed that that will. And, of course, if she does launch a video, we will have it on our website to showcase. So, again, we want to say a huge thank you to Josey Milner for being our special guest this evening, and many thanks to all of you. And before I wrap, I want to let you know, if you are a Breaking Grass fan, they are a contemporary traditional bluegrass band, then you'll want to tune in on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern. They will be live on air with us talking about their career. We'll be playing some cuts from their latest release, and so they got a huge fan base out there. So if you are a Breaking Grass fan, please tune in 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll also be taking your calls, and you can always dial in at 724-444-7444, all fours almost. And we'll be taking calls. You can talk with the guys and ask your questions, and enter call ID 131130 £, and we'll put you right through. So hope that you can be here on Saturday. And then coming up on Sunday, we will have our Pickin' and Jammin' Showcase at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be bringing you about an hour and a half to 2 hours full of bluegrass, folk, Americana, and country tunes, just like what you heard from Josey. A great mix that we'll be showcasing from mainstream and indie bluegrass, Americana, country, and folk artists, and for your listening pleasure. So that all starts at 4 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. So that is actually going to wrap our show. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and a great weekend, and catch us right back here on Saturday afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'd love to have you back. If you're brand new to our program, again, welcome aboard. We're always glad to have new listeners, and we welcome you in to the Bluegrass Planet family. For Bluegrass Planet Radio, I am your host, DJ Delta Dawn. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great evening. God bless, and good night.
You've been listening to Bluegrass Planet Radio. Find us on the web at bluegrassplanetradio.com, on Twitter at Bluegrass Planet, and on Facebook at Bluegrass Planet Radio. Thank you for joining us.